If you're wondering exactly how much money you'll have coming in when you retire, you're not alone. This is the number one question I get asked, and the answer could mean the difference between a comfortable retirement and constantly worrying about money. The truth is, most people approaching retirement have no clear idea what their actual pension income will be, and that uncertainty is stopping them from planning properly for their future. I know retirement planning feels overwhelming. You've worked hard for decades, paid into pensions without really understanding the details, and now you're approaching retirement wondering if it's all going to be enough. Let me break down exactly how much pension you'll actually get when you retire, how the calculations work, and how to make sure you're getting every penny you're entitled to. First, let's talk about the state pension, because that's your foundation. For the tax year 2025 to 2026, the full new state pension is £230.25 per week. That works out at £997.45 every 4 weeks, or £11,973 per year. That's if you have the full 35 qualifying years of national insurance contributions. If you have fewer than 35 years, your state pension will be proportionally less. Here's the critical part most people don't understand. Every qualifying year you're missing reduces your state pension by roughly £6.58 per week, which is £342 yearly. If you're 5 years short, that's £1,710 per year you're losing. Over a 20-year retirement, that's £34,200 gone. Nigel from York checked his state pension forecast at age 63. He assumed he'd get the full amount because he'd worked since leaving school. The forecast showed he'd only get £198 weekly, £32 less than the full amount. Why? He'd spent 3 years working abroad in his 30s and never paid voluntary contributions to cover those years. Those 3 missing years were costing him £1,664 every year in retirement. Now let's talk about workplace and private pensions, because for most people, the state pension alone isn't enough. The average UK pensioner receives around £282 per week total income, which includes state pension plus private pensions. That's roughly £14,664 yearly, but averages hide enormous variation. If you have a workplace pension, how much you'll get depends entirely on the type. Defined benefit pensions, the old final salary schemes, calculate your pension based on your salary and years of service. A typical formula might give you 1/60th of your final salary for each year worked. So if you worked 30 years and your final salary was £42,000, your annual pension would be £21,000. These pensions are inflation protected and guaranteed for life. Most people nowadays have defined contribution pensions. These are pension pots you and your employer pay into, and the final amount depends on contributions, investment growth, and charges. As a rough guide, financial advisors often use the 4% rule. A pension pot of £200,000 might generate £8,000 yearly income. A pot of £300,000 might give £12,000 yearly. Fiona from Leicester retired last year, aged 66, with a pension pot of £240,000. She'd been paying into her workplace pension for 28 years, contributing 5% of her salary while her employer added 3%. She also received the full state pension of £11,973 yearly. Her pension pot generates approximately £9,600 yearly. Her total retirement income is £21,573 per year, or £1,797 monthly. She owns her home outright and finds this income comfortable. Compare that to Raymond from Brighton. He also retired at 66 but never joined a workplace pension scheme. He worked in several jobs that didn't offer pensions, and when they did, he opted out to have more money each month. He only has the state pension of £11,973 yearly, which is £997 monthly. He still has a small mortgage with 6 years remaining. He's finding money tight, cutting back on heating, and unable to afford extras like visiting grandchildren. The difference between Fiona and Raymond isn't luck. It's 30 years of consistent pension contributions. Fiona put away 8% of her salary for 3 decades. Raymond put away nothing. That decision cost Raymond approximately £10,000 per year in retirement income every year for the rest of his life. Now let's talk about how much you actually need. The Retirement Living Standards research suggests 3 levels. A minimum retirement standard needs around £12,900 yearly for a single person. That covers basic needs but with little flexibility. A moderate retirement standard needs £23,300 yearly. That gives you a comfortable lifestyle with some luxuries like holidays and meals out. A comfortable retirement standard needs £37,300 yearly for financial security. Here's what you must do right away. Step 1. Check your state pension forecast at gov.uk. Check state pension today. Don't assume. Know exactly what you'll get and whether you have any gaps you can fill. Step 2. Find all your workplace pensions. Many people have multiple pension pots from different jobs. Use the pension tracing service at gov.uk. Find pension contact details to track down old pensions. Step 3. Get statements for all your pensions showing current values and projected retirement income. Don't just look at pot values. Ask what income those pots will generate monthly when you retire. Step 4. Add up your total projected retirement income. State pension plus all workplace pensions plus any other income. Write down the monthly figure. Step 5. Work out your retirement spending needs. List your essential costs like housing, utilities, food, transport. Then add discretionary spending like holidays, hobbies, eating out. Be realistic. Many people underestimate retirement spending. Step 6. Compare your projected income to your spending needs. If there's a gap, you need to act now. Can you work longer? Can you increase pension contributions? Can you reduce spending expectations? The earlier you do this calculation, the more options you have. If you're 50 and discover a gap, you have 16 years to fix it through extra contributions or working slightly longer. If you discover the gap at 65, your options are far more limited. Here's something else to consider. Your pension income will likely be taxed. The state pension itself isn't taxed directly, but it uses up part of your personal allowance. For 2025 to 2026, the personal allowance is £12,570. If your state pension is £11,973, you only have £597 of personal allowance left. Any other pension income above that gets taxed at 20% basic rate. The bottom line is this: how much pension you'll get after retirement isn't mysterious. It's based on clear calculations. Your state pension depends on your national insurance record. Your workplace pension depends on what you and your employer contributed and how investments performed. All of this information is available to you right now. Nigel discovered his gap early enough to buy voluntary national insurance contributions, boosting his state pension back to the full amount. Fiona's comfortable because she consistently contributed throughout her career. Raymond's struggling because he didn't. These outcomes resulted from decisions taken years earlier. If this video helped you understand how much pension you'll actually get in retirement, hit that like button so others approaching retirement can get this clarity. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more practical pension advice and retirement planning guidance. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.